Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini Ambatvamanusandhadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullara Vindayata Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradhipaha Prapanna Parijataya Thotra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamrutaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishadho Gavo Dhokdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsas Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamrutam Mahat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Yesterday night something went wrong with the YouTube live broadcast. So we have recorded the video recorded and we have uploaded it now. So those who are listening through online can go through that. So now also it's not working?
On recording.
Not working. Why?
I have checked with it. Then it worked, now it is
Not working. Some bhutam is there.
some bug.
Huh?
Some YouTube bug. YouTube bug.
Okay. We will do something about it. You record it. Recording?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. It's all Ishvara Ichha. So we will accept it. So, in order to benefit those who were not here yesterday night, we will summarize whatever Arjuna spoke. As you all know, Arjuna is now arguing with Lord Krishna why we should not fight this war, why this war is very terrible. So he says, yesterday's class we have seen, Eta na hantum ichchami. I desire not to kill my own people, even though if I am killed by them. Gnatopi Madhusudana. Hey Madhusudana, even if I am killed, I don't want to kill my own people. Api Trailokya Rajyasya Hetoho. Even if I gain Trailokya Rajyam, to rule all the three worlds, still I don't want to do that. So would I ever do it for the sake of this petty kingdom? Kim nu mahi krite? Will I do it for this? I will never do it. That's what he was saying. Nihatya dhardarashtran na ka priti syat janardana. What are we going to enjoy after killing our own cousins, the sons of Dhritarashtra? What are we going to enjoy? What are we going to gain? Papameva ashrayet. We incur only sin by killing this atatayinaha. Atatayina means what? These cruel, these heartless criminals. If we kill, we are going to go to hell only. We are going to incur sin only. So atatayina means, Gurudev says, felon. Felon means criminals who desire others' properties, who eye on others' wife, and who commit such criminal activities. They are called as felons. So atatayinaha means felons. Well, what are we going to gain? And then he goes on to argue, saying that we may not enjoy anything by killing them. And not only that, they are blinded by their own greed. So they are committing this sin. Are we not intelligent? Are we not able to see the consequences? So after knowing the consequences very much, why are we also indulging in this heinous crime? So why can't we retreat? He was asking. Why can't we retreat? And then he goes on to say, you know what happens? If this war happens, the soldiers from both the sides would be killed. Their family would be lost. Their wives will be widowed. The children will be orphaned. And the whole family, the fabric of the society would be disrupted, would be destroyed. See? Kulakshaya. So when the family is disrupted, what happens? The Kula Dharma, all the family tradition and culture, everything is gone. So Dharma is destroyed, the family's values, culture and tradition is gone, then one Adharma only remains. So when the Adharma predominates, what happens? The Kula Stri, the ladies of the house, they become corrupt. That chastity would just go in the air, meaning they become impure. And when they become corrupt, my God, the whole society will collapse. Is that not so? Why? Because they have to take care of the family, the children, and they have to pass on the values to the future generation. See, in fact, the ammas have got a greater role, in taking forward the family, the Kula Dharma and all the other dharmas. So if the Stri Dushtasu Varshneya Jhayate Varna Sankaraha, and not only that, if the ladies become corrupt, then this Varna Sankara happens. Yesterday we were trying to explain what is this Varna Sankara. Intermingling of castes, Varna. So as I told you yesterday, it was a little controversial topic, but still if we understand, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is going to explain later that these Varna or these 4 divisions are not because of birth, because of Guna and Karma. Guna means whether you are Sattvic, Rajasic or Tamasic, and Karma means what sort of Karma you are doing. Based on that only this Varna. So based on Sattva Guna, people are classified as Brahmana. Rajo Guna, but backed by Sattva Guna, they are Kshatriyas. Rajo Guna, backed by Tamo Guna, selfishness, they are Vaishyas. Only Tamo Guna and little bit of Rajo Guna and very, very minuscule of Sattva Guna, then they are Shudras. Means the labor class, who can't think for themselves. They have to be told. So Varna Sankaraha means, see, in a society, when people of different class, when they come together, it will be a strife, it will be a struggle. And that kind of a tradition will be broken. As I told you yesterday, if your son or a daughter coming from a very, very pious, cultural, religious family, suppose if they go and marry somebody from somewhere, from Africa or from somewhere, let us say, see, they may not understand the value. They may not appreciate. See, there are some people who really appreciate. And there are some people even in our own culture who don't appreciate. All those things are there, but in general, slowly our family tradition, culture, the fabric of the society, everything would collapse. Varna Sankaraha, he says. Those days it was shunned. Varna Sankaraha. Because certain things is very different in different societies. You cannot help. For example, you and I, who are vegetarians, we cannot stand the smell of fish or whatever. But they are very happy with that. Is that not so? Whenever I go into some airports in Hong Kong or other places, all meat, things would be also displayed. And you can't go near that. My God, you feel very vomiting. Why? Because we are not used to it. So something like that, always there will be some sort of a friction, some sort of a struggle. So that's what he was trying to explain. Varnasan. Gurudev also explained yesterday beautifully now. These professional groups he was saying. Suppose if you put a doctor in charge of a civil work or the construction work, and it will be a disaster. No? Similarly, if you put a civil engineer in operation theatre, he will do better, I suppose. I don't know. Sorry, the patient will be killed. So, that cannot happen. Something like that he was explaining. Gurudev is trying to explain, and we should understand the Varna Sankara in that light. Then what happens? Sankaraha means when this happens, when this intermingling of the Varnas, the caste, see, actually speaking, Varna is little different from caste. Varna means only 4. But how many castes are there? Castes are based on the profession also. A dhobi, a barber, a driver, like that. And a security guard, like that, carpenter, smith, ironsmith, goldsmith. See? So it's based on profession also, the caste system. But somehow I don't know how it has deteriorated so much, that so much of oppression, so much of atrocities. And especially the very lower caste, like they say now, so much of oppression has happened. But here he says, when this mingling of caste, this varna happens, kulagnanam kulasya cha naraka eva. And the kulagnanam means what? One who has destroyed this family fabric, this fabric of the society, and the people of that family, they go to only naraka. Because all the cultural values, everything gone. See, all the dharma is lost. Only adharma predominates, means he has to go only to naraka. And not only that, patanti pitaraha hi esham. And the forefathers also, they fall from their respective places because they may not get their own pinda and udaka, which nourishes them. Here Gurudev gives a very different interpretation. He says it means they would be very pained to see their own offsprings not following the cultural values, the family traditions, and they feel very, very painful at heart. That is patanti, he says. That's how he explains. You go and read the Holy Gita, the commentary. Gurudev gives a beautiful twist for the modern times. And it is very, very beautiful to read. So that's what will happen. So they may not get their lupta pinda udaka. Pinda udaka means, pinda means the ball rice which is offered during Shraddham, during that ceremony, remembering the forefathers. So that they may not get. And because of that, they may also fall. So jati dharmaha, kula dharmaha, shashwataha, utsadhyante. Because of this varna sankaraha, because of this dosham, what happens? This kulagnanam, those who have destroyed this family setup, they would go to naraka. And not only that, because of them, all the dharmas are lost once and for all. Shashwataha means what? Followed from time immemorial. All those things are lost. See, this we may not appreciate now because things are okay. In a society where there is civil war, utter chaos, and everywhere looting, so much of corruption, no law and order, then you understand what is the meaning of losing all the dharma. My God, you can't live there. Now what's happening in Bangladesh, see? We don't know what's happening also. The extremists, they take over. And there is so much of arson and looting, chaos, killing, lynching. See? We have not lived, we have not gone through those things. We are very peaceful and safe by God's grace. So we don't know what happens when adharma predominates and that there is no dharma at all. That's what is very worried. See, in a society, if young men are killed, they would be only left with the older generation. Nobody would be there to look after the older generation and with the children, and nobody to guide those children. And those days, the women were only at home. So the economy would be lost. So, see, these widows sometimes, they don't have any other source of income. They become prostitutes. It all has happened. Very sad actually. When the child is crying for milk, if they don't have a source of, feeding the child, what will they do? See, imagine what's happening in Gaza. See, it's all very terrible. People don't get anything. What will happen? So he is very so sad and very scared. So everything is lost. Kula dharmaha, jati dharmaha. Everything is lost. So till this point we have seen, therefore, O Lord, Janardhana, Madhava, Keshava, I think we should not indulge in this war. It is terrible. From whichever angle you look at it, it is terrible. So, if they are idiots, if their intellect is blinded by greed, are we not sane people? Are we not having our own cultural values? So how can we kill our own people? Now, moving on to the 44th verse. Utsanna kula dharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavati anushruma utsanna kula dharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vasaha bhavati anushruma Utsanna kula dharmanam. If all the kula dharmas are destroyed, utsanna, or lost, then hey Janardana, manushyanam narake niyatam vasaha. Then the people here would go to naraka and they may have to live long. Niyatam vasaha. They may have to be there for a long time. Naraka means, you don't know what? It's hell, means suffering. So not only here they suffer, they go to the hell and they suffer there for long. So these are all the consequences. See, when you don't have anything to eat, then you break open and loot. Is that not so? And there is no law and order. You may go anywhere and do anything. See, is that not so? All those sinful acts, right? So to reap the results of all their sins, they may go to the hell and they may have to live long there. Niyatam vasaha bhavati iti anushruma. This is what we have heard from our elders. Is that not so? This is what we have read in our scriptures. Is that not so? So therefore, why should we fight? Why should we fight this battle? And then he concludes his argument. And then he says, Aho bhata. Aho bhata means alas. Next verse we will read. Aho bhata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam Yadrajya sukalabhena. Sukalobhena. Lobhena dane? Yatrajya sukalobhena. Hantu swajana mudhyataha. Aho bhatamahat papam. Kartum vyavasitavayam. Yadrajya sukhalobhena. Hantum swajana mudhyataha. Aho bhada means it's an exclamatory expression. Alas, we say, alas. How sad. We say, Atho bhada. Rajya sukhalobhena. For the greed of the kingdom and the sukha thereof, swajanam hantu mudyataha. So we have come here to kill our own people. Swajanam hantum udyataha means we have dared now to kill our own people. Mahat papam kartum vyavasitavayam. And we have now ventured into really a great papa, great sinful act actually. Even though we are all very intelligent, how sad. We have come to this battlefield without knowing its consequences. We are here to kill our own people. By that, we are going to incur so much of sin. Alas, how can we do this? See, if a person is a very ordinary, dull-witted person, he would have been totally convinced. Is that not so? Whatever he is saying is very right. We should not do this. So people generally they say, war is terrible, we should avoid war and all those stuff. That is fine. See, like Arjuna, they are also seeing the consequences. But still, the world is not black and white. Please understand. Yin and yang always. Yin and yang means what? There are good and evil forces always. Those days onwards, the Devas and Asuras. All throughout, the evil forces were there. And now also are there. So somebody should do something about it. Otherwise, the evil force will overtake. And the good ones will suffer. So otherwise, why should there be a judiciary? Why should there be courts, law, or the constitution? Why should there be punishment? If you say, no, you should not punish him, he must have done something wrong. So you should go into his background and see why he has committed this sin. That is all fine. But if you don't punish, some people cannot understand. Because they are on the evolutionary ladder, that kind of an evolutionary ladder, they cannot understand. So certain punishment is required. From Manu Dharma onwards, everything is said. If Brahmana commits a mistake, he should be punished twice or thrice than ordinary people. Because he is very aware. He knows. In spite of it, he is committing. See? In our country, there is no punishment. That is why so much of corruption, inefficiency, so much of gadbad is happening. Punishment is required. Similarly, if somebody is really destroying, we cannot accept it. We cannot sit quiet. No. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Then you should be in the caves. You should be in the jungles. You should not be sitting on the throne. Is that not so? If you are sitting on the throne, you have taken up the responsibility of protecting your citizens. Then if somebody comes to destroy your clan, then you have to rise up. You cannot talk philosophy, Vedanta. No, seeing oneness everywhere. Everything is Brahman. How can you kill? This will not work in the society, I tell you. Gurudev was very clear. If you hear Gurudev was very clear. Krishna was very clear. But like us, Arjuna was very confused. So therefore, he says, Mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam. We have now ventured into a very heinous crime now. Mahat papam. So, Krishna, please, we have to reconsider this. At least now we have to stop. Then the 46th verse. Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhardharashtram rane anyuhu tanme kshemataram bhavet yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhardharashtram rane anyuhu tanme kshemataram bhavet. Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram. Meaning what? I am going to not resist this. Apratikaram. Not going to do anything about it. Not revolt. Ashastram. I am not going to take any weapons. If I am here, nirayudhabanya, without any arms, without any weapons, if I am here without resisting, even then, if the Dhardharashtras, Shastrapanayaha, with the weapons in their hands, Rane Hanyuhu, if they kill me, Tad me kshemataram bhaved. I consider that to be the kshema for me, the highest good for me. Even if I am killed. See, in a war those days, in a battle those days, if a person is not taking weapon, you should not take weapon. See, that's why Sri Rama said, Indripai Nalaiva, you come tomorrow. Because Ravana lost all his weapons, all his shastras. So he said, I am not going to fight now. Now you go and come prepared tomorrow. If I am here without taking any arms, without resisting their aggression, after that also, if they are going to kill me, I consider that to be kshemataram, good for me, because I don't want to commit this sin. I don't want to destroy the Kula Dharma, Jati Dharma. I don't want to trouble the whole of the society for my own sake. See, it is not so. It is not for his sake here. See, it is not for his sake here. It is for a bigger cause he has assembled. They have assembled there. He has forgotten all those things. Very egoistic attitude. His attitude is very egoistic. Only me, me, me. And my own people. This is why we suffer in life. Please understand. Instead of understanding what is our real role, what is our dharma, and what is to be done at a point of time, we forget, like Dhritarashtra, because of our attachment to certain people, certain things, what we do what has not to be done. What not to be done. See? Because our egoistic attitude and attachments, our desires and attachments. So here he is not an individual, he is a prince, he is there to safeguard dharma, he has to resist the evil, actively he has to resist. But here he is saying, no. See? So he has concluded his argument in this chapter. He is going to continue in the next chapter. And now Sanjaya, he is now narrating what happened then. In the last verse of the first chapter, he is now narrating what happened afterwards. Sanjaya uvacha eva muktva Arjuna sankye Ratopastha upavishat Visrujya sasharam chapam Shoka samvigna manasaha Eva muktva Arjuna sankye Ratopastha upavishat Visrujya sasharam chapam Shoka samvigna manasaha. So Sanjaya now reports. He says, Eva muktva, having said thus, Arjuna, the great prince, warrior king Arjuna, Visrujya sasharam chapam. He gave up all his kandivam, bow and arrows. Sasharam means along with all the arrows. Chapam, chapam means the bow also. Kandivam also he gave up. He threw away. And then Sankye, in the battlefield, Ratopastha upavishat. He just sat down in the Ratha. How? Shoka samvigna manasaha. With his mind full of sorrow and pain. He just sat down without knowing what to do. He is afflicted with so much of sorrow. Shoka samvigna manasaha. Shoka means what? Grief. Samvigna manasaha means totally filled with grief and despondency. He just collapsed, means sat down, not knowing what to do. In certain pictures you would have seen Arjuna also like this, sitting. So he has given up. If Krishna had not been there, imagine what a disaster it would have been. If Arjuna had run away from the battlefield, he would be called as Ranchod, you know. Puramudhittu oditan. Actually, Krishna is called as Ranchod, you know that? In Mahabharata, in Bhagavatam it comes. He has run away once. So he is called as Ranchod. That is also his drama. His Leela, part of his Leela. You know. So here he just gave up. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayaha. Thus, in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is nothing but the essence of Upanishads, which teaches the Brahma Vidya and the Yoga Shastra, there the conversation, samvada means conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, which is titled as Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the first chapter ends. Right? So 47 verses in the first chapter. So we have successfully completed the first chapter. Now we shall enter into the second chapter. Okay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Dvitiyodhyayaha Sankhya Yogaha Sanjaya Uvacha Tam tata kripaya vishtam Ashrupurna kulekshanam Vishidantamidam vakyam Vacha madhusudhanaha Sanjaya uvacha Tam tata kripaya vishtam Ashrupurna kulekshanam Vishidantamidam vakyam Vacha Madhusudana. See, before entering into the second chapter, I want to little bit tell you about what is Sankhya Yoga. See here, this Sankhya Yoga, see, there is one philosophy called the Sankhya philosophy. So it is not exact reproduction of that philosophy. It's not that. Sankhya means logic of thought in any philosophy. See, this Bhagavad Gita is a complete philosophy. It is nothing but essence of all the Vedantas. So in that philosophy, there must be some logic of thought, right? So that is called a Sankhya. So here, Sri Krishna summarizes the whole philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita. So he gives, from the highest standpoint, who Arjuna is. And then he explains, as an individual, what is his role. And why no sin will incur unto him, because he is not the doer and the enjoyer. And then he explains he cannot run away because deep vasanas are there, which will not allow him to sit peacefully. Therefore, he has to exhaust his vasanas. So he explains about Karma Yoga. Here he explains about Karma Yoga. And then he gives some hints about Bhakti Yoga. And then he enumerates the Siddha Prajna Lakshana, giving us how a Jivan Mukta Purusha, he lives here. Siddha Prajna, one whose knowledge is firm. Siddha Prajna, how he lives here. So about knowledge also he speaks. So he summarizes the whole idea of Bhagavad Gita in the second chapter. So it's very, very important actually. The Sankhya Yoga is very, very important. Once when you understand this, you understood Bhagavad Gita. And rest of the chapters are only sort of elaborating on these ideas contained in the second chapter. And in the 18th chapter, he once again beautifully summarizes everything. So this is what our Acharya says. A good teacher is one who will first tell you what he is going to tell, and then he tells you what he has agreed to tell you, and then he summarizes what he has told you. So like that, now Krishna is going to first expound what he is about to say, the summary of the whole Gita. That is Sankhya. So don't confuse the Sankhya Yoga of this Bhagavad Gita with the Sankhya philosophy. See, of course, Krishna is a sort of fan of Sankhya philosophy also. But here, Sankhya means logic of thought. That's what Gurudev says in his introduction of the whole of the philosophy, of whole of Bhagavad Gita. So this becomes the core of Bhagavad Gita. And also the 15th chapter is very, very important. That also talks about the Purushottama Yoga. See, all the chapters are important, no doubt about that. Because Lord Narayanena Swayam, Narayana himself has given this. So how can we say this is important, that is not important? But comparatively, the second chapter becomes the essence of the whole of Gita. Right? With this small introduction, we will go into the first verse. Once again, we will chant Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tata Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha. Tata, thereafter, Kripaya Avishtam, filled with or overwhelmed with Kripaya, pity or compassion. Kripa means compassion. Kripaya, overwhelmed with compassion for his own kith and kin and pity upon himself. So this is Kripaya Avishtam. What happened? Ashrupurna, his eye is filled with tears. Akula Ikshanam, therefore his vision is now blurred. See, when the eyes are tearing, you can't see properly, na? So that is what said is there. Ikshana means the vision. Akula Ikshana means the vision little bit blurred, not able to see properly because your eyes filled with tears. So Ashrupurnaha, eyes filled with tears and unable to see properly also because blurred in vision. Vishidhantam, so much sorrow at heart, sorrow stricken and very despondent. It is not correspondent, it is despondent. Despondent. Vishidhantam. To him, tam means to that Arjuna, tam, idam vakyam uvacha Madhusudanaha. The Madhusudana, the slayer of the Madhusudana means Krishna, he spoke thus. Idam vakyam uvacha, he spoke thus. So now Krishna, after listening patiently to everything, see, even if you go to a psychiatrist, first he will allow you to talk everything, na? To pour out everything. He will not interrupt because that has to come out. Most of the time, when everything you pour out, you feel very relieved. Abba. You know why we go to the gods and pour out everything? Because he will not advise us back. We don't do it with your father and mother. Why? They start. So it's safe to go to gods. And if you go to gurus, they anyway don't care about you. So they will listen patiently and they say, oh, this is nonsense. Okay, talk. Tell whatever you want. Anyway, they know. There's no meaning. So they say, okay, everything will be all right. Don't worry, beta. God will take care of everything. Don't worry. Meaning what? Nothing is going to change. Meaning what? You have to accept it. It is all your karma. You have done it. What now we can do? At least don't identify with your body mind. Dukkha sayoga viyogam. When the dukkha comes, don't identify with the body mind. Don't identify with the dukkha. Remain apart. This is what they can do. They cannot do any jadoo, miracles. But some can do, but it's all temporary. Na? If the mind is not the fault is not rectified, still you go back to the same rut. So after pouring his heart, and Krishna was listening very carefully and with a slight smile in his face. Meaning what? It's all nonsense what you are talking. You are talking as if you are a very great scholar. He is going to tell, you are talking as if you are a great scholar, a pandita. But what you are talking is nonsense. So now, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. See, after, in the first chapter, saying Pashya, see, now you wanted to see, see, now only he is opening his mouth. The second chapter. Even here, Shankara has not started his commentary. Only after the 10th sloka, 11th sloka, he is starting his commentary. But these two verses are also very important. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Kutastva kashmalamidam. Vishame samupastitham. Anarya jushtamasvargyam. Akirtikaram Arjuna. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Kutastva kashmalamidam. Vishame samupastitham. Anarya jushtamasvargyam. Akirtikaram Arjuna. Kutaha kashmalamidam tva samupastitam. From where this kashmalam, this despondency, this dejection has come into you? From where? Kutaha means from where? How come? Because Krishna knew Arjuna from his childhood onwards. Great warrior, a brave and courageous person, always willing to take up challenges and fight. But now he has collapsed. Where from this has come into you? Kataha tva kashmalamidam. Kashmalam means there are 2-3 meanings. One is the despondency or dejection, or the moha, delusion. From where this delusion has come into you? Vishame samupastitam. That too, in a very crucial moment where you have to act. Vishame means what? At this juncture, a very crucial juncture where you have to really act and fulfill your duties. At this point of time, you have just collapsed. So where from this despondency has come? I have never seen this in you. This is not you. What has happened to you? Anarya jushtam. It doesn't befit you as an Arya. Arya means what? It is not Arya Dravida. It's not that. Gurudev clearly he indicates. It's not Arya Dravida, those division. Arya means in Sanskrit, the refined, cultured, and very intelligent. Like we say, na, sir, or in Tamil, Ayya. Whom we call as Ayya, elderly, respectful. Like that, Arya means one who is refined, cultured, and one who is intelligent. He is called as Aryan. See, later only the Britishers came and they divided everything and they ruled. Divide and rule policy. So they created the division of Aryan and Dravidian and all those stuff. But Aryan means what? The refined and cultured. So it doesn't befit you who are an Aryan. Arya Jushtam Aswargyam. It will not help you here or hereafter. It will not do any good to you. Aswargyam. It will not give you any happiness here or in the Swarga. It will not lead you to any happiness, any good. Akirtikaram. See? And Akirtikaram means it will destroy all your great fame. Akirti. See, for a great warrior, for a Kshatriya, his name, his fame is everything. If that is destroyed, he is destroyed actually. Akirtikaram. Arjuna அவன் சரியான ஆள், அவன் ஓடி போயிட்டான். எப்போ சண்டை போடும்போது ஓடியே போய் பயந்தான் முள்ளி அவன். Meaning what? He is a cowardice. He is a coward. He has run away from the battlefield. Ayayayaya, chi. See, this can kill that person. It is more than death for that person. Akirtikaram. So, this will not lead you anywhere. That's what he is trying to say. So, where from this has come in you? This Kashmalam. See, in the Kashmalam, in Tamil, in Madras Tamil, there is a Kashmalam. Kashmalam means dirt. Kashmalam, garbage. Unholy. Unacceptable. This moham, this dejection, where from it has come? I have never seen this in you. And it will not help you in any way. It is not befitting you, the Arya, the Aryan, a learned one, refined one. See, he is not saying, beta, don't worry, he is not saying. He is taking a whip and is provoking him actually. And the next verse is still really provoking. Klaibhyam masmagama partha naitatvayupapadhyate shudram hrudaya daurbalyam tyaktvottishta parantapa Klaibhyam masmagama partha naitatvayapapadyate Shudram hridaya dhaurbalyam Tyaktotishta parantapa. See here, Gurudev has commented very beautifully. 1 minute. See here, Gurudev says, Klaibhyam masmagaha. Masmagamaha means do not yield to impotence. Do not yield to impotence. See, to a great warrior, if you call him impotent, that hurts very deeply. Is that not so? See, klibata means you are appearing like a man but behaving like a woman. I don't know whether you are a man or a woman. See, don't take offense, please. See, what it means, man means Purushatva means, generally denotes, courage and determination and, daring. See, generally it means that. It can be in the women also, please. Jhansi Rani, Lakshmi Bai. See, that Paurusham they were having. Even now, Indira Gandhi. See, it's nothing to do with gender. Please understand these qualities. See, generally, because the women folk, they give birth to children and they tender and they take care of them, they are very soft. Without that, they cannot. They are forgiving, little emotional, attached. See, these are all the qualities. But even men can be like that. I have seen so many. So, it has nothing to do with gender. So, what he is saying, Klibata means you are appearing like a great warrior, hero, but you are behaving like a very emotional person. That's what it means, Klibata. This impotence doesn't befit you, doesn't suit you. Na etat tvayi upapadyate. Meaning what? Here he says, O Partha, it does not befit thee. உனக்கு இது அழகா இல்லை பார்க்கறதுக்கு. இது உனக்கு அழகில்லை. அழகுன்னு தமிழ் சொல்லுவோம். It doesn't befit thee. Meaning what? You are not this. So, it doesn't look good to see you in this state, especially in this juncture. So, Klaibhyam mas magama. Don't yield to this impotence. Kshudram hridaya dhaurbalyam. This weakness of heart, hridaya dhaurbalyam. This weakness of heart, ikshudram, is mean, cheap. It should be shunned. Tyaktva. Tyaktva means giving up. Uttishta parantapa. Giving up this hridaya dhaurbalyam, this weakness of heart. Now stand up. Hey Parantapa, the scorcher of enemies. How he is calling, see, Arjuna? Parantapa, you are the scorcher of enemies. Tapa means scorcher. Parantapa means the scorcher of enemies. So you are such a great warrior and you are now acting like a coward. Do not yield to this impotency. A very strong word, strong statement. You are impotent. Meaning what? Don't yield to this impotence. Kshudram hridaya dhaurbalyam. This weakness of hridaya dhaurbalyam. Nayam atma balahinena labhyaha, says the Upanishadic statement. This atma, the self, is not gained by a balahina, by a weak-hearted one. You have to be strong. Balam dan valvu, balahinam maranam. Strength is life, weakness is death, says Swami Vivekananda. Strength means not the physical. Yes, physically also you should be fit. But the mental strength, the spiritual strength, Atma Bhalam, they say, na? So, that is really important. Shudram hridaya dhaurbalyam. Give up this Hridaya Daurbalya. See, in our lives also, most of the time, we are emotional, sentimental. Our Acharya says, he has become 10% mental. Sentimental. He is on the way to become 100%, cent% mental. From sentimental to cent% mental. See, the emotions are good. But if you are so much, always swayed by the emotions, you become a cartoon. Why this to me? What has happened to me? If you go on crying, nobody can appreciate you. You have to pep up yourself, roll up your sleeves, take everything in your stride and move on. Nobody is going to go on sympathizing with us. And you are not this. That's what our scriptures say, na? You are not this. See, we listen to this n number of times, all throughout. But still we feel, why am I like this? Arey, you are not this. That is okay, Swamiji, but still tell me why I am suffering. See, when we sympathize with our own ego self, there is no way out, actually. We should not sympathize with our ego self. This is our Acharya taught us. Whenever we go to him crying, he says, now get lost, don't come to me. I have taught you, you are the substratum of the whole universe. And you come to me crying. Now you go and hang yourself, go and die your own death. Don't come to me. Meaning what? After listening to all these scriptures, Tat Tvamasi, you are that Brahma Tattvam which is imperishable, nothing can happen to you, nothing can touch you. Then you crying, means you are identifying with some layer of your personality, body, mind. This we are not recognizing at all. We so much sympathize with this ego self. This ego self is false. It has to go. Why Hridaya Daurbalyam? See, it is not a badge to wear. Hey, I am very simpleton. I am so humble. I am so emotional, very sentimental. Then suffer, cry. Be brave. Face it. Face it squarely. You cannot run away. If you run, the trouble would chase you. Like it happened to Vivekananda, na? You know that story. Once he was in Kashi and he was taking bath and he was coming out, a monkey started chasing him. Monkey. He started running. The great Vivekananda started running. Then a rishi said, don't run, face it. Face the beast, don't run. Then he turned and he frowned at the monkey. Monkey got scared. Ennoda periya monkey irukkum pole irukku. That he ran away. So when you run, the troubles, the problems will chase you. When you face it squarely, it will just vanish. You are a hero, you have to face it. Is that not so? So therefore, see, you can talk any number of things, but in actual life, when things come, then we have to see what happens. Hridaya Daurbalya means, see, whenever we are troubled, whenever we become very depressed or very sad, instead of giving room to that emotion, now find out not the reason for that depression. Please, don't find out the reason because that person has said that, this person has done this. No. Instead of that, find out in which layer of personality now I am identified with. See, that is why Bhagavan asks you, inquire, who am I? You will find you are attached or you are identified with one of the layer of the personality, either with the mind or with the buddhi or with the body, and extension to that with your own, something you are attached, you are identifying with. That is why you are troubled. If there is no identification, no trouble. And identification is false. That is ajnanam. We cannot justify ajnanam, I am telling you. We cannot justify ajnanam. Beta, don't worry, everything will be all right. No! Nothing will be all right. As long as you identify with the body, nothing will be all right. Hridaya Dhaurbalyam. Shudram Hridaya Dhaurbalyam. This Hridaya Dhaurbalyam, weakness of heart, is very mean, Shudram, very cheap. No way to justify or just to be in that. Swamiji, there is a joy in being sad and depressed, you know. People say, Suhaman Sumai. There is a joy in even being depressed. No. Tyaktva, give up this mean, this dirty thing. Hridaya Dhaurbalyam. Tyaktva Uttishta. Come on, get up. Rise above it. Uttishta Parantapa. Hey Parantapa. You are the scorcher of enemies. Now Uttishta. Now get up. See, this is the real message of Bhagavad Gita. Whenever you are down, remember this verse. Kshudram Hridaya Dhaurbalyam. Tyaktva Uttishta Parantapa. It doesn't befit you. Where from it has come? This Kashmalam. Where from it has come? It is not going to do any good to you. So, Tyaktva Uttishta. Give up this Hridaya Dhaurbalyam and rise now. See, we have to pep up ourselves. So, we saw na Asangata, Samata, Ekata. Asangata means what? Whenever we identify attached to any one of the layer of our personality, then we have to suffer. See, it's very simple. Suffering is not from the world, from the outside. It's not because of anything, because of our identification. This is what Vedanta Shastra teaches us. And it's very scientific, very perfect. When you identify with the body and think, I am this body, then whatever the body undergoes, you feel it is for you. And you are scared. And you are scared that it may go one day. Let it go. It has to go. But if I am bedridden, if I become a vegetable, then people will eat you. Meaning what? You are so scared. See, if you have faith in God, you should tell yourself, the Lord will take care of me. How does it matter? And mind, if you identify with the mind, then you become very emotional. See, please don't misunderstand me. I am not a Rakshasa. See, meaning what? You can sympathize with some people when they are really in distress. But people create their own problems and they suffer. You know it very clearly that they have created it and they are suffering because of that. No need to suffer. See, sometimes I appreciate some people, they are with the attitude, so what? I don't care. They are happy. If you say, I don't care, so what? I don't care. They are happy. If you feel, I am very caring, you know, then you have to cry only. Meaning what? You have to be caring with an attitude of I don't care. Isn't so in the philosophy? See, very difficult to live in this world. Hridaya Dhaurbalyam. And sometimes we are disturbed because of ideology. Intellect, we are identified. Unable to understand what's happening here. You can never understand. This is Maya. Maya means what? Anirvachaniyam. Nobody can understand. If Adi Shankara himself could not understand, how can you and I understand about Maya and the Maya Karya, about this world? Therefore, you are identified with some layer of your personality. If you are howling, whiling, how, why, you are identifying with your intellectual personality, which is false. Therefore, you are not at peace. You are not happy, joyful, blissful. See, we think identifying the intellectual personality is great. But from the philosophical standpoint, that is also bandham. That is also asat. And emotional personality, though, we all know. When we identify with that, we suffer only. All the mothers in the whole world, they suffer only. Do you agree with me? The mothers? They are born to suffer. The children are born to enjoy their suffering. Because we have troubled our parents so much. That is coming back, please. Remember always. It is coming back vatti modaluma with interest. So, Shuddram Hridaya Daurbalyam. This is very mean. It doesn't befit you. This Hridaya Daurbalyam, weakness of heart. Tyaktva Uttishta Parantapa. When your body is very healthy, you have eaten a lot of upama. Why upama? Only upama. Eaten a lot of upama and everything, then you can roar from the stage. Sudram Hridaya Daurbalyam, Tyaktva Uttishta Parantapa. When you are very sick physically, mentally when you are down, intellectually not inspired, then very difficult to pep ourselves up. That is the practical thing. So therefore we have to remember Krishna's word. And always we should try to pep ourselves up. See, a person who has got deep devotion, he is always very stable, equipoised. When the devotion is lacking, then the people are, So therefore, devotion to the Lord is very, very important. But in some classes you say there is no God. Yes, that is Upanishad class. Okay. Now, once again Arjuna is starting his Puranam. Even after listening to Krishna's words here. 1 minute. See, in this book of Siddhamananji, there is word-to-word meaning also. That is why I am very happy with this. Arjuna Uvacha Katam Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam cha Madhusudhana Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami Pujarha Varisudhana Katam Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam cha Madhusudhana Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami Pujarha Varisudhana. That is all okay, Krishna. Hey Madhusudana, that is all okay. What you say is right. But still, you know what? Katam Bhishmam Dronam Sankhe Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami. Sankhe means in the battlefield. Sankhe means in the battlefield. How will I dare to attack them with Ishubhihi, with the arrows? These Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya, they are my own grandsires and Acharya. How can I ever even think of attacking them with arrows? See, Ishubhihi Pratiyotsyami. Ishubhihi, Ishu means arrows. Ishubhihi means arrows. Pratiyotsyami. How can I even think of attacking them with arrows? Pujarhau. They are really worthy of worship. Pujarhau. Aradikattakavar. They are really worthy of worship. They are very, very respected ones. They have done so much to me. How can I can ever think of, fighting against them? See, suppose if you have to fight against your own father and grandfather, how difficult it is now. How much they have done. Some children, they take even the parents to the courts. I don't know what sort of heart they have got. We have to examine their heart now. It's very painful actually. So how will I ever fight against my own Bhishma and Drona, who have done so much for me? Pujarhau, they are worthy of worship. Hey Arisudana. Once again, Arisudana means, Ari means enemy. One who destroys the enemy is Krishna. Arisudana. Madhusudana, Arisudana. So Arisudana, how will I ever think of attacking my own people? I can't. I understand what you are saying. But still, Please think about this. But you know, Krishna, he was very, very above all. In front of his eyes, the whole of Yadava clan, they destroyed each other. All of them perished. Before he went away from this world, the whole of Yadava clan was destroyed. By whom? By themselves. They fought against each other and they killed each other. And he was watching it. To see your own clan getting destroyed is very, very painful for ordinary human. But Bhagavan was above everything. It's all his play. So here also, to see your own kith and kin getting killed, and especially your own grandfather, great-grandfather, and your own teacher, and you have to kill them. See, to some extent we can appreciate what Arjuna is saying. It's very hard. That's what he's trying to say. Katam Bhishma Maham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Yushubi Pradiyotsyami. How will I ever do this? Pujarhau, they are worthy of worship. Hey Arisudana, the slayer of enemies. Hey Krishna, how will I ever do this? Guruna Hatva Hi Mahanubhavan Shreyo Bhoktum Bhaikshamapiha Loke Hatvartha Kamamstu Guruni Haiva Bhunjiya Bhogan Udira Pradigdhan. We will see it in next class. I have not seen the time. Yeah. Om Purnamadha Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.